Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, Money, and this is just gonna be a short episode. I remember telling y'all back in the day, like a couple of episodes ago, about how, if you've seen the episodes on how a lot of the stores have closed and a lot of the stores have um, been are closing due to financial crisis, due to online ordering and shopping and stuff like that. And right now, I'm in one of the very few that has reopened. I remember, if you've seen the video a while back, I was at a mall with it was Westland, and you actually saw a Radio Shack that I told you Radio Shack was open. This is Payless Shoe Store. They call it Payless. They don't call it Payless Shoe Store. They call it Payless. I'm on the side of it. It's here in North Miami, Florida. I believe, I know it's the only one down here, but I can't guarantee you if it's the only one in South, in the United States. I'm quite sure there's other ones. And as you can see, I'm here. I'm with my mom here because my mom wanted to go, and I've always wanted to take a look at it. If they sell LA gear, they sell a lot of they sell horse trekkers, Hunters Bay, American Eagle, and of course they have a lot of selection. It is actually pretty neat to have this store actually come back into play, because Payless Shoe Store was the store that I used to buy my work shoes from before I started venturing over to Walmart, because at my job, they used to have it where you used to get discounts for work shoes and stuff like that. But as I can see now, it doesn't look like they sell work shoes here. Like, most of the shoes are like sneakers and stuff like that, and so it don't look as if they have work shoes. But it's not a bad place, I would say, look, as you know, when Payless went, belly up and they closed, they didn't fully close. They ended up going online, and they started selling their shoes online to the point where, okay, and stuff. Now, these are some nice LA gears. Now, this is not a shopping episode. This is just to let you know that check up on your favorite stores that have closed, because 9 times out of 10 they may be still open in certain areas. Like for this is a Payless, and this Payless, I'm gonna sit down for a second. This Payless opened up about, if I'm not saying during the pandemic, I know it opened up either before the pandemic or during the pandemic, but I know it had opened up because I've seen it on Facebook where they was promoting that Payless is back in Miami, and for a minute they wasn't giving out the address, and everybody kept saying, what's the address, and I was saying the same thing, what's the address, and then eventually the address popped up. And I believe this used to be if I'm not mistaken, a Simon Sportswear. If you've ever been in the South Florida area, Simon Sportswear, it's like something similar to like a Foot Locker, but it's basically it's mainly like a shoe store, but it's like a local place. This is the men's section. What? This is the men's section. Yeah. But as you can see, that's my mom right there sitting down. But as you can see, that the prices have went up a little bit. If you're coming here buying shoes, this right here, it doesn't say the price, but it's where this is $36. Back when you used to go to Payless, you could buy shoes for $10, $15. Now the shoes went up to like $30 or something. I was looking at the sneakers, and the sneakers was like $30-some, and I said, are you kidding me? Well, if you go look here at the LA gears, these are $34.99, which is $35. But if you look at the prices of these things, you would think, oh my God, these are, Payless is not what they used to be, even though they are a Payless shoe store, and LA Gears are kind of a name brand. Because remember, Payless started selling name brands right before they closed. They were selling Champion shoes. They were selling Shaq shoes, which was not really name brand, but they was kind of name brand because Shaq wanted to, have shoes that people can afford, not like Jordans, where Jordans are $200, and the average man can't afford $200 shoes when they got bills to pay. So you ended up paying, Shaq shoes, which is somewhat similar. And then Champions, and they had some, name brands, and of course they closed because a lot of people started buying their shoes online, and they declined, and everybody started going to Walmart to buy their shoes, and a lot of these places. And this is my first time ever being here since they opened up, and that's why I did the video here. And I wanted to show you, that's the Payless logo right there, of course, and that's where the front counter is at. If my mom said it is kind of expensive, which in a way they are, because $30 for some shoes is kind of a little bit, expensive for when Payless used to be back in the early 2000s, where they was only like $15 for some shoes. And they do have a sale, buy one get one 50% off, but I'm not promoting that because by the time y'all get this, and if you ever go to a Payless, if there's one in your area, you'll probably be, it's probably a promotional sale, so I wouldn't do it. But and or most likely you could just go to Payless online and get your shoes ordered online, because Payless is actually an online company now. They just maybe have selective stores in certain areas. This is the only store in Miami or in the South Florida area. I don't know if there's any more in Florida. I don't know if there's any more in the United States. But this, I guess, is just the way of Payless to rebrand itself as opening back up. Just like Radio Shack. There's only 2 locations of Radio Shacks in South Florida. There's one at the Westland Mall, which I showed you. And then there's another one at Mall of the Americas, which I don't know if I've ever did a video there, but there's one at Mall of the Americas as well. But, it's just a simple fact that they're, a lot of these companies are reopening themselves or rebranding themselves because they haven't closed. They haven't closed fully. They're actually doing online selling, and then maybe the online selling is so good to where they can open up maybe 1 or 2 stores. Now, I kind of figured Radio Shack probably has more stores throughout the country because they have 2 down here, so I'm quite sure there's more throughout the country. They're just in certain areas where they feel that their market will be good, and it's probably the same way with Payless, because North Miami is a market. You're about maybe less than 10 minutes away from the mall at 163rd Street, which is not really nothing because the mall, there's a Dollar Tree next door to here, which is a good thing, because after here I'm going to go inside Dollar Tree and do a little shopping. But they rebranded this place. This place is now this, and I wanted to do a video here because I wanted to say, hey, now that you know that a lot of these places and a lot of these stores that have closed, look out for them because they may not be fully closed. Payless still was doing online shoe sales, meaning that you can order your shoes online. And then eventually they decided, hey, we're going to open them back up, but we're going to slowly open up. We're only going to have like 1 store branded in certain areas, and this is the only store that they have. Now, if you do go to a lot of the old Payless locations, some of the locations probably still have the logo still on the area, or like, because when I visited Orlando, I've seen where they had the old Payless logo in the little shopping plaza, like directory, like when you see like the little signs that advertise the stores out on the main street, they have the Payless logo. Or you may go to a shopping plaza that still has the Payless store there, and you can see inside the store as if Payless had just closed, but they never renovated the place, or they never sold the place or anything, and it still looks like a Payless with the shoe racks and all that. Because this actually looks like a shoe store of the 2000s. Remember, Payless used to have them tall, racks where the shoes used to be sitting on racks, and then you pick them out, and for your size you'll have to ask and stuff. This looks like a modern day shoe store. So Payless is rebranding itself to look like a modern day shoe store. You remember back in the day, the shoes didn't look like this at Payless. They was on those racks that was slanting, and you pick one out, you try them on, you had to find the rack where the shoes was and put it back on there. Find the spot that the shoe was and put it back on there. But now it's different. It's different. Let's go take another walk. This gives me more of a Foot Locker vibe. How Foot Locker looks and everything. This gives me more of a Foot Locker vibe. I'm gonna find my mother. Oh, that's my mother right there. But yeah, this gives me more of a Foot Locker store vibe. Like if you go to Foot Locker or something like that, and this is how Foot Locker looks and stuff. So this gives you that vibe. But this is Payless. If you ever want to check up, like Payless was one of my stores because this is where I used to get my shoes from when I was in school because, I wasn't, my family wasn't wealthy enough to go buy $100 sneakers, $60, $70, $80, $90 sneakers. We bought the $20, $30 sneakers. I'm not gonna lie. And, this was where I used to buy my work shoes from when I started working where I work at. And, when they closed, I started converting over to Walmart because, Walmart has work shoes and stuff like that. So I started converting over. And Payless will always be one of my favorite stores regardless of how much the shoes is. If the shoes are a little bit pricier than what they used to be, it would always be my store. So I'm not going to put Payless as one of the stores, they're gone now, just like Radio Shack. I bought a game console out of Radio Shack. The one out of Westland Mall. I don't know if I ever told you. I bought the mini Nintendo out of there. No, actually, I bought the mini Super Nintendo. I'm sorry, from out of there. I bought the mini Nintendo from GameStop. But yeah, that automatically says something. So with that in mind, I was just stating that, it's different. Let me go. 1 second. My mom is calling me. Give me 1 second. Huh? What happened?
Yeah, I get my money. I won't be.
Why you don't get them today? Okay, y'all. Why not?
You got your money?
How much is they? Okay, well, this is Payless Shoe Store, North Miami. I'm just giving you a tour of the store. That's not bad. That's $40. So I hope you enjoy this video. I told you this was gonna be a quick video because I've just given you a outlook on Payless and how it has rebranded itself into a new store. Some of the shoes are okay. I kind of like these LA Gears. I don't really too much care for these. It looks like their main brand of shoes is LA Gears. So I'm guessing that's what they're on in Cross Trackers. And so, okay. So this is basically Payless. If you don't live in South Florida and you live in another city, you can always Google Payless. Maybe there's a Payless somewhere near you that you don't know about, that you didn't know it exists, so you want to rebrand yourself and say, okay, hey, maybe there's a Payless in my area. Because this is what it's all about, making sure that we know about these Payless, that these stores that have closed, that haven't fully closed, and they rebranded themselves into a new store, and they haven't really closed down yet. As you can see, there's not many workers here. There's like one worker here, and I guess somebody else that's here that's working with him, or it's just somebody that he knows. I don't know. But this is Payless. There go the logo for the outside people to look. I mean, it's not a lot of people here. Me and my mom are the only two customers here. So you can automatically see that this Payless doesn't get a lot of business. Like the Dollar Tree that's sitting next, if you can see a little bit of the Dollar Tree sign that's sitting next to it, gets a lot of the business, But I mean, I guess it's in a spot where, they feel that they can attract some business. This is a busy area. This is in downtown North Miami, not North Miami Beach, but North Miami, because there's a difference. North Miami Beach is a city, and North Miami is a city, and this is in downtown North Miami. So this is like like a block or two away from, yeah, but yeah. So, okay, this is the roundtable talk. If you have a Payless in your area that you would like to showcase or advertise or let know, email roundtable00@yahoo.com. Don't forget to comment at the bottom of this page if you know a store or a business that has closed but since reopened and brand new, like a restaurant or a Payless or any store that has closed, like they have closed but rebranded themselves and opened back up, like Radio Shack or Payless. Let us know. Email us roundtable00@yahoo.com. Don't forget, also comment at the bottom of this page what you think about this Payless. Do you think it's a good idea that they should have opened back up? Do you think it was a good idea that they should have just stayed closed and do online ordering? Or do you think that, they should have never closed? But hey, times are hard, things get hard, and it's hard for a lot of businesses to stay open, especially during the pandemic. And this is one of them businesses that couldn't stay open even before the pandemic. And during the pandemic, I knew they would have, if they couldn't stay open before the pandemic, I knew they wasn't going to stay open during the pandemic. So this is a new brand. So this is the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, C Money. I got to get out of here because I don't know if my mom going to buy shoes or not. So I'm going to get out of here, and I will see y'all in the next episode.